This is The Roman Show.
This is Jorge Alonso reporting from The Roman Show, and I'm here with wrestling veteran Martin Stone. How are you doing today, sir?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. I'm doing great. Well, first off, thank you very much for lending some of your time here on The Roman Show. Basically, the first question I wanted to ask you, based that you're now here in the United States, wrestling here in the United States, working for various promotions, including Ronin and a couple of other promotions. You come from England.
Yep.
England has a very based ground wrestling style.
Yep.
When you came over to the United States, was there any, was it hard to transition into the United States style of wrestling?
No. I started training 11 years ago, so I was trained by Tony Dino Scarlo initially, and then I received further training from Dave Taylor and William Regal. So the transition to the American style is not an issue at all. The idea of wrestlers is that you have to be adaptable to any style, but as long as you keep your own style in it. So I can throw in the bits of the British mat stuff and then just spice it up with new stuff.
So it's basically you being yourself from England, still, having your style from England, but then mixing in a little bit from the United States with the learnings from Dave Taylor and William Regal. And that's two big names that you trained under. How was your experience working with Mr. Regal and Mr. Taylor?
Amazing. Especially for Regal, if it wasn't for him, then I wouldn't have got to where I have and had the doors open that I have open for me. I still talk to him this day. Absolute gentleman. So, yeah.
And you, again, have to be one of the most phenomenal athletes I've ever seen in the ring. I've seen you on Ronin. The most recent Ronin was against Lince Dorado when you actually debuted to me. Your governor gimmick. Where did the governor gimmick come from?
The governor comes from, there was an old school bare knuckle boxer called Lenny McLean who basically knocked out a guy called Roy Shaw, who at the time was the governor, so he took the title of the governor, and obviously governor means to govern and control. So I first started using it when I was working in England, because I was getting my push and I was on the rise. So then I was like, I'm the governor. I'm gonna own this place, So.
Well, let me tell you, you get some good heat with that governor stuff, or you get some good pops. I saw at Ronin, you were getting like 50-50 of pops and heat. But my last question is basically, we've talked about what you're currently doing now. What does the future hold for Martin Stone?
If I had a crystal ball, mate, I'd tell you. No, I just want to keep working, keep learning as much as I can. In this job, it's like the minute you stop learning, for me, is the minute you should walk away. You should always be able to learn doing something, working, anyone, So I just want to keep getting my name. I mean, obviously now, like being in the States and working in the industry in the States, I'm not as known as what I was in England. So like my goal now is to break out as much as I can, so that everyone knows who the governor is. So.
That's amazing, and I hope to see you soon again in the wrestling ring, Martin. It was a great talking to you, and I'm a big fan. Thank you very much.
This is The Roman Show.